There's another new feature here in Bridge CS4. It's under the Tools menu. If you go down to Photoshop, there's an option for Load Files into Photoshop Layers. And what this does is it lets us open multiple images in Photoshop, which we've always been able to do, but they've always opened as separate images. With this, you can load any number of images into the same Photoshop document as separate layers. All right, and you could use it for any number of reasons. If you're out shooting landscape photography and you're on a tripod, maybe you take two different exposures, one to expose for the sky, and then maybe one where you expose for the foreground area, and you want to bring them both into the same Photoshop document so you can do all your masking and erasing and kind of get the best of both worlds from those two photos. You can also do it for artistic purposes, maybe collaging different images together. So either way, let's check it out here. I'm going to click on Baseball 17 and then hold down my Command key on the Mac, Control on PC, and click on Baseball 5. And what I'd like to do is maybe collage both of these photos together. So I'll go up to the Tools menu, down to Photoshop, go to Load Files into Photoshop Layers here. And what it does is it creates a brand new document. All right, so it's not a copy of either of the other ones. It's a brand new one, and it's loaded both of those images as layers in Photoshop. So if I wanted to kind of maybe combine these images together, I could go up to the Edit menu, go down to Free Transform, and just hold down my Shift key and maybe bring this one back a little bit, maybe even move them over. And then what I could do here is take my Crop tool, maybe just crop out that bottom area so we don't have all that transparency. And then the last thing that I would do would be to create a mask on this layer so I can blend both of these photos together. So just come down to the bottom of your layers palette, or you can always come up to the masks panel, the new masks panel, and add a brand new layer mask to it. All right. And a very easy way of blending them together would be just to come up here to the top. And if you see there's a default black and white gradient, just take that black and white gradient and drag from the right toward the left, and you'll see it starts to blend those photos together. And you can drag any way you want. It doesn't have to be from the right to the left, but I did it just to blend these photos together, and you see it kind of gives me a seamless transition between the two. So make sure you check that one out. It's neat if you ever do want to open up multiple files. Just make sure you select them first here inside of Bridge's Grid Preview, and then just go to Tools, Photoshop, and Load Files into Photoshop Layers.